Sure. I mean, the way we do these calls is I just answer your specific questions, right? So you can just tell me your situation. I'll tell you what you need to know to make progress in the coming weeks.
I think it's lack of mobility, sitting at a desk all day on top of a uh, pain in my lower left back.
Okay. So you're pain in your lower left back. You sit a lot. Okay. So what do you imagine to be like? What do you see as the barrier to you feeling good? Like, I understand that this is how you're feeling and this is your life situation. So what do you think is kind of like stopping you from making progress and feeling good?
I think putting in the time and doing all of the mobility and the stretching and the
Sure.
movement. Um, but there's also a part of me that wonders if the pain is like emotionally tied. You know how they talk about emotions being trapped to certain parts of your body. Can't help but wonder if there's anything that I need to release also.
Yeah, I mean, I would generally predict for any person anywhere, there is some element of emotional and mental factors that play into any pain, right? So whether that is like specific events in your life, like acute moments where you accumulated emotional trauma, or it's more like mental perspectives that are kind of governing how you live your life and in parallel how your body moves and feels. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you go through any of that in your programs? I haven't gone through all of your videos.
Sure. So the way the program works is that there are 15 movements that help you to mobilize your body and uncover what is the are the root causes of your pains in your body, right?
Okay.
So the movements are um it's not like a lot of people ask me like, "Oh, I have this specific pain. Like I have this exact pain, what movement should I do?" But it's not like that, right? There are 15 kind of like general back and hip movements that just release in general your just the whole area, right? So they have that immediate factor, but they also teach you just the method, right? The method of reconnecting with your body, feeling your body, mobilizing your joints, and just causing pain release, right?
Mhm.
Like literally, you learn this skill that you can sit down, lay down, whatever, stand, anything, and just engage with your body, target a pain, and release at least some of it on on command, like within 10, 15 minutes, right?
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you'll completely eliminate all your pain, but you can make an improvement immediately.
Okay. Thank you.
So you also mentioned that you have a challenge with like time, right? Which I find to be really common, right? Like a lot of people say to me, Matt, I have pain. And it's like, do you move? It's like, no, for this reason or the other, right? It's like, I don't have time, whatever, too stressed, etc. So do you find this to be like a stopping barrier? Let's that's important for me to help all people with, right? Like, if they do the movements, they succeed, right? But there's like barriers that prevent people from actually doing the movements. So I help a lot with that as well, right?
Right.
So how do you perceive this barrier?
I think I just have to cut all of the many things that suck out my time, get off social media as often, turn off the TV, just putting in small pockets of things to watch the videos so I can know what I'm supposed to do. And then in between those things, I can do them after that.
Hmm. See, I would say that like you're not wrong. You're not wrong that if you achieved that, then you would be able to do those things. I totally agree with you, right? So the difficulty with that perspective is that that's kind of like challenging. It's actually difficult. That's like a big achievement, right? Imagine that, like cutting out social media when it has such a grip on our attention. And that's not easy, right? Like people try to do that for years and don't do it because it offers value as well, right?
Right, right.
So I would suggest to you that that kind of goal, while completely true, is difficult, right?
Yeah.
So the thing with these movements is you don't need to make such a drastic life change before you can get success, right? You don't need to cut anything out. You don't need to do any productivity changes. You don't need to change any like how you deal with your life or anything like that. If you can just start to just lay down like just 15 minutes here and there, just when it pops into your head and you're like, oh, I'm not doing anything, and just do it. These are so effective that what you're going to find is that you're going to get the experience of relief and you're going to go, whoa, whoa, I like this.
Okay.
Right. So you're not going to, and that excitement for the pain improving is going to make time for itself. Right. Like your excitement, just because it's effective, will
Right.
just, you'll just go, it will become effortless. Right.